And we're at this step 11 where it's through prayer and meditation, we were able to develop a constant contact with God, praying only for the will for our lives and His will for our lives and the power to walk that out. Okay. And then I just couldn't help but see this correlation between that step or this step and what happened to you a week ago Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Monday after the accident had happened, that morning, I usually meet with the ladies that since I've started working there, meet with for coffee break or whatever, and finding out earlier that morning that one of the ladies, her daughter and her granddaughter were the two that had died in the accident on that Saturday. And knowing her for the last couple of years, knowing the ladies, I just knew that they were going to be very hurt and grieving for her, and not knowing how she was. And then when I walked out to see if they were out there at that break time at around 9 o'clock, they weren't there. So I knew something else was going on. So when I got back to my office after doing a couple of different things that morning, I get a call. And normally when I call, I'll get a call from somebody external or the front desk or whatever. I'm just asking it or answering it as, this is Dan, at help desk. Mm-hmm. How can I help you? That's my normal greeting, and I know the voice because I've talked to her hundreds of times in the 2 years I've known her, but I knew it was her, and I couldn't rationalize why she was talking to me. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't at first believe, why are you trying to talk to me? There's nothing I can do for you. Mm-hmm. I mean, and my heart sunk right at that moment, and not realizing that she was calling to ask for help. Mm-hmm. And that she believed that there was help that I could provide her. Mm-hmm. So when she finally was able to get out, and I could tell in her voice that she was very sad, and I said, anything that I have that I can give you, I will do what I can, And she's just saying, I'm having problems trying to scan my daughter's obituary into her scanner, and that she needed it as a PDF to send it to the funeral home. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't figure it out, that her brain wasn't working right. She just needed help. And she's the kind of woman who's fully capable of fixing her sink, fixing her plumbing, fixing mm-hmm. her electrical. Yeah. And I realized at that moment she's just in a cloud. And, I'm telling her, hey, I'm working. I think I can help after I get done with work because I'm still at work. Mm-hmm. And I don't have clearance just to leave work and go to her own personal home to help her. And my other co-worker said, I think you can just go. I think Tom, my boss, would understand. Mm-hmm. And I said, all right, I'm going to be there right now. I'll leave in a couple of minutes. I'll be there. And I just confirmed with her where she was. And yeah, she said to come over. And then when I got there, I just walked in the house and I could tell there was a lot of weight, air in the room. Mm-hmm. And I just gave her a hug and told her I was sorry, things, and I don't know how to, but I'm sure she's going through a lot of stuff, and I'll help as best as I can. So we tried to get the scanning, and now her printer would not, no setting would allow a PDF scan, mm-hmm. all just images. And I said, I've got some time, I'm going to take time, I'll retype them word for word. Mm-hmm. And so her daughter's and her granddaughter's obituaries, I retyped them, created the Word documents, and then showed her after I was done how to flatten them out to a PDF. So when I left, they were very grateful. Her and her sister were there through all the stuff there. And I just, at the gravity of it, I didn't grasp it at the moment of what I was doing to help. It's very minimal in my mind because it's a gift set that's pretty easy for me to deal with. But at the moment, I realized it was one less thing when I left that she was going to have to struggle with. Yeah. And if that's one thing I could do because it was what I was designed to do, then doing so was a blessing.
Yeah. Well, I felt like, again, you weren't looking for this. It's not that at home, with your own family. It's not like it's this perfect, serene
No.
circumstances, and then on top of a place where you're already vulnerable, this came in, and I just saw it as evidence of God at work, where in you,
Mm-hmm.
where He put you in a place, and then you were able to perform at a level that this woman was really needing.
Yeah.
And because of your relationships and because of that, she called you.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's because of the constant contact that you have put in over the time. And again, not as we've been saying, that there's no perfect. None of us are perfect, and we're not saying that you are.
Mm-hmm.
But God certainly was able to use you as a even imperfect vessel that you may be now,
Mm-hmm.
in a position and for a purpose that you had no understanding.
No, and I think,
I
think on my way back to work, I realized the weight of that, and emotionally, it was more than I was wanting to deal with. But I realized how grateful I was that He allowed me to be a useful tool.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what you just said is exactly what I saw.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.